Hello guys, so my demeanor in this video is going to be a little different from my usual demeanor in my YouTube shorts, because in YouTube shorts I come to fight. But in this one, don't worry, I don't come to fight anybody today. I just came to just express my heart about something. Every week I document the things I learn in business. What I'm about to talk today is atmospheres that condition success. When something has been happening to you, you've been doing something, getting results from it, but you just didn't really know what has been happening to you. But one day you finally just wake up and you realize, oh, this is what has been happening. That is exactly what it has been for me. So there are 3 instances that solidified this lesson for me. And the first time was when I read a particular book called How They Started in Tough Times. It's a 3-part book that talks about that, compiles the stories of big businesses, some big businesses, some small businesses, that we know nowadays. So it was surprising for me to see that some of them actually started in difficult times, recessions, economic downturns. Imagine a business starting and succeeding during COVID. Was reading a book like that opened my eyes and just spurred me on to go do something I had never done before. I was going to release a particular batch of products, but that book kind of it did something to me really. It gingered me, it encouraged me, it showed me ways to break things down, and eventually I went on to make a larger batch instead. That is the first instance, right? The second one was when I was at a conference for billionaires. It was a billionaires conference, and when I was going for that conference, I would understand this better. And while I was going for that conference, God told me that He was going to speak to me a lot at that conference, and I just was very expectant. I was so expectant. I was so ready to squeeze everything out of that conference, And that was exactly what happened, guys. The atmosphere that was in at that time conditioned me to hear certain things I never would have heard if I was in a different environment. And trust me, some of these things I heard, some of these things that what I was hearing at that time, at some point, were different from what even the speakers were trying to communicate. That's what happens. When you're in such environments, some atmospheres, some ideas are able to pop into your mind. Ideas that needed what that person was saying at that time to materialize. Ideas that needed what is happening around that time to just come up in your mind. Ideas you never would have gotten otherwise, or ideas that would have taken even longer to get, But just being in the right place with the right people just made it happen for me. The last instance was when I read this book by Robert Kiyosaki and Donald Trump called Midas Touch. It's actually the book I'm currently reading right now. And guess what, guys? I've not gone halfway into this book. In fact, if you check the book, you see my divider where I stopped. I've not even got halfway. And the things that have popped into my mind while reading that book have just been extraordinary. Things ideas I wouldn't have, gotten if I'd not read that book. Was it from the story of how Robert Kiyosaki started and lost in his first business? By the way, a part in that book totally just addressed something I am going through right now in business, and I was able to find the solution to that problem just because I read that book. Was it the part where Trump talked about when he was building his golf course in Scotland, and he was met with a lot of opposition, and he talked about how he went on both of them went on to divide different categories of people, from each quadrant, from different quadrants. And those information just helped me to define my present state right now as an entrepreneur. Folks, if you're a business owner, if you're an entrepreneur out there, you want to achieve great things in business. In fact, you probably want to have 101 things on your goal list for next year. You have a dozen New Year's resolution. Trust me, none of these things will happen if you do not have the right atmosphere around you? Is it the right people speaking into you? Speaking well into your business? Is it the right friends? Having business owners around you who share, when listen to them share ideas alone just gingers you. You know, is it reading the right books? You are an entrepreneur and you don't like to read. You don't like to listen to podcasts. You don't like to watch interviews. You don't like to watch shows. You know that speaks to exactly what you're doing. So what are you doing? Really, what? Because how do you keep yourself in that position where you are constantly receiving ideas for your business? How do you keep yourself in that position? I remember that it was at that conference that I said I attended that I realized that I needed to get a mentor immediately for my business. Somebody who is in the same line of work as I am, somebody who has been through the same things I have been through and understands my current situation. It wasn't after that conference that I started going after somebody who I wanted to mentor me. These things don't just come by magic, guys. It comes when you have the right atmospheres around you. If you're that person I'm talking to today, then you need to begin to condition your atmosphere to receive ideas, to receive insights, to get solutions. You do. You really do need to. If you're an audio person, listen to podcasts. If you're a visual person, watch interviews, watch shows and everything. If you like to read books like me, go on and start reading books. Pick up audio books, pick up hard copy books. I like hard copy books, and audio books do it for me too. Pick any one of them up and begin. Just do something, guys. Just do something to condition your atmosphere. Just do. I hope you listen. I wish you all the best. I really want you to succeed. Catch you next week.